Sound is good.
I can't see the stream yet.
Sound is good.
I can't see the stream yet.
Sound is good.
Okay, sound is good. Wow, you are loud for once. I will put you on 0 then. Okay, say something now or not.
Sound is okay.
Okay, good.
Can you accept me on
Yes,
any
I
desk?
did.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, I push that. I push the link
Yes,
in the
I
chat
did.
now.
Let me just
Let's go.
Let me just check my mic sound. Just for the. Okay, it should be good. Next week I'm getting, standalone mic and should probably add to the quality.
Yeah, I had a standalone mic, but there was a problem. So
Yeah, I just ordered it from the Amazon. It should be here on 7th of July. So maybe. Oh, right on time, huh? Right on the
yep,
next week
yeah.
should arrive. Okay, let's just wait a couple of minutes now because we are late. So people still need to join in. Oh yeah, I also posted in the channel, Trade Room, the link.
Yep, yeah, of course.
Okay, mic sound. Okay. Okay, I guess we all ready. Set, go thingy,
Yeah, we can start.
Okay. Okay, let's see what we up to. Welcome guys again to another webinar, right? This time we have it on Tuesday at 5. I mean, we missed for like 15 minutes. We were actually late for like 15 minutes because of technical difficulties, I swear, man. The sound is not our strong point, right, Arnold? But now, okay, guys, before we get started, if you guys got any questions about any altcoin analysis, any trader related questions, anything really, you can ask it in YouTube channel, you can ask it on Telegram channel. We will answer them to the best of our abilities, right? But then we can get straight down on Bitcoin once more, like we always like to start with the Bitcoin, right? And I still have this trade. Oh, or not? Yeah, I'm accepting you back. And I still have this trade from last night. You might remember this one. We called in the channel, then canceled it later on. We exited Vabi for break even, just for us opportunity for us to open a trade on Bitcoin. Sadly, it was actually perfectly filled after that, right? And then it kind of went to the profit target, but we removed it. We removed it for break even, right? Wait, was it actually here? I can't remember. Or did we? Oh, we actually posted it here, but we didn't get filled, and then went to profit target, and then today it got filled, and right now it's going back up again. So I actually got a secondary plan for Bitcoin, So the first of all, what I want to see right now is if I can just take this area. I'm gonna delete this trade anyways now. I want to see it go and close above this area, which is exactly what we're doing at the moment, right? Because zooming out, if you're looking at it, we are still hanging above this area, which is important, right? We almost tagged it here for just a little bit. After almost tagging it here, we close right back in, and we close right back above this point, right? Which then I said it gives us a good chance to actually go and retest this high or this potential high, right? So we actually are going to retest this high looks of it, right? Because right now, after we gone and retest this area again, we got a super strong close in, right? And now most likely this area is going to be next to be retested. We'll see if it pulls down from there. We can maybe smash long right around here, or if it just goes straight up to and fills our short, right? Hopefully not, because we do have an open short on Ethereum. So right now the best case scenario for us would be if it tests right on top of this, right? Like I just said, if it tests something like this, pullbacks down to here, we can maybe smash a little long here. Take. Oh, Arnold, are you reconnecting all the time?
Yeah, I don't know what is happening.
Okay, I'll move it to next screen. Okay, hopefully getting filled right here, right? And then possibly taking it to this, or like I said, to this, right? I do think this is gonna be skipped, you know, or it's just gonna be a small little reaction build, then it's going to continue up to our shorts. Okay, so from that perspective, that's one of the plans I'm sort of looking at for BitKC, right? For all the second plan could be this, right? So we go now this, we close above this, right? And then we fill this. But the problem is I don't want to reject the second time after this, after we already made such a low push, right? So for me, for the second time, I would love if this could be just broken into go here and go there, right? I think this is much more strong and long in that sense of thing, right? It would be such a little scalp, right? If not, right? So why do we want to have a long? Okay, of course we already got all the things we need on the alts, right? We filled on some alts, still waiting on those, right? But if we could get something like this going on, right? Along like this, it will actually be a perfect conjuncture for us with Ethereum, right? In this case, Ethereum, we have a long called right up here, right? And that for us would be, you know, Ethereum would get filled a little bit later on. So Ethereum gets up to here like Bitcoin, pushes down, Bitcoin gets filled around here, right? Then we push up. We took the first TP on Bitcoin and we get a fill on short on Ethereum, right? And then hopefully we go test at least this. If not, I'm actually on Ethereum, I'm aiming all the way down here, right? Because this is sort of the main area of Ethereum, because Ethereum is falling behind a little bit Bitcoin, right? So if you zoom out, you will see that this is actually its main area. And you can see how far behind it's falling for Bitcoin. Right now Bitcoin is like up here while Ethereum is down here, right? So you can see that Ethereum is probably going to go a little bit lower on this area, right? If not, we're just going to move the stop and get something out of it anyways, right? It's going to be a hedge, because essentially speaking, the whole Bitcoin and Ethereum can break from this area down and go all the way to the new low, right? So because we already established that we are more bearish than bullish, right? Since hence the high time frames, we then have to act accordingly, right? So we have a lot more senses into feeling shorts than we have into feeling longs, right? Plus, I'm not so focused on longs right now because we are actually publishing all trades all the time, and you know, if the Bitcoin is going down, the all trades are going to be wrecked as well. So you could actually count all trades as a long, right? The only issue of this is we don't have a lot of shorts open right now because we haven't had a larger pullback, which would allow us to open more shorts. But you know, from the price action happening right now in Bitcoin, I do think this is going to be happening soon. We're going to have opportunity to gain some more shorts, and possibly, you know, some big ones like up here. That would be really great. Sure, I really do think that one is one of the main shorts of this chart. So it would act as a main breakdown area if that would happen, right? Oh yeah, so from the looks of it, right, okay, so I guess this next candle will push above this. We'll see if then it's gonna break this, and then we will probably post a trade afterward, right? We'll see what happens here yet. Okay, so this would pretty much be for the Bitcoin, right? I mean, if we go weekly, we can still see how we act, right? So we already said, right, that when we're moving on weekly ranges, we have a good chance of retesting the bottom ranges. We already retested this. Now it's time that we also retest this, right? So if we go all the way up here, this is where our short right now lies, and then go all the way down here and retest this. That would be actually a pretty good price action, right? We'll see how that one plays out. Not gonna call any future acts right now. I'm just playing the current price action that's being shown on Bitcoin, and right now, like I said, it's momentarily on a little bit bullish on lower time frames, right? Okay, Ethereum, like I said, falling behind, right? You can see it still hasn't tested this up there. We'll see if it's ever gonna come up there, right? I mean, obviously, if Ethereum is going to pump, it's going to pump outside the Bitcoin. If you see Ethereum BTC chart, it rejected perfectly from our high point right here, and now it's kind of losing its ground here again. So if Ethereum closes underneath this area, and I'm doing on daily, right? If it goes like down here and closes underneath this area, then the area is going to be lost, and Ethereum is probably most likely going to start falling behind even further around from Bitcoin. So then I'm going to say it's not probably going to test all that high up, right? It's not going to test what we just did, this highs anytime soon if that starts to happening, right? Unless Bitcoin breaks out bullish, which the chances of that happening are pretty slim at the moment, right? Pretty tiny chances, guys. Nothing too promising for the two, right? Okay, so guys, again, before we go onwards, if you guys got any questions about any altcoins, please free to bring them up, right? Unless we're just gonna check some altcoins we called during this week, and we also had some suggestions to check them out, right? Or not? What was the suggested Bitcoin? Sorry, what was the suggested altcoin that we should check out? Arnold, hello? Hello? Oh, you're muted, man. Your microphone doesn't work. Okay, so I guess I guess it's
yeah.
okay.
There is an issue. I don't know. This is H bar. We have to
Oh,
look
HBAR,
at
okay.
it.
HBAR USDT or
You can hear me, Alex?
yeah, HBAR USDT.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No, against BTC.
HBAR BTC. Let's see what's going on. Oh shit! Oh my lord! That one weak deep, bro. That one weak deep. That's a 30% weak. I guess there was some news or something, huh? What else would it? Okay. Well, everything was tested. Well, I guess with this week you tested this shit down here. Now I'm gonna say maybe from here. You can maybe bounce from here once more. But I'm saying that you're gonna go all the way down here. Somewhere here, you know. So that would be my 2 points. I'm gonna say that would be my 2 points of orientation. I don't like, you're probably gonna bounce from here as well, right? But I don't have a good stop loss. I like, because of this giant wicks, I don't see a good stop loss here. That's my only issue, right? So shit. Like, at the moment speaking, you know how this chart looks like, and if you drop this area, so if you go close underneath this area, which you almost did, but you then wick back up, if you close underneath this area, you're definitely gonna tag this, right? So then drop from there is about 11%, but this one is most likely gonna be it. So 29 to 40% drop down. So yeah, if I was in H bar, now I would actually wait. I would not take profit targets now. I would actually wait, because right now, like I said, if we close underneath this area, we're still fine. So right now, if it makes something like this, then this is definitely your target area. You gotta start taking some profits here, and most likely you gotta start taking big profits here, right? And then if it breaks above, you can re-enter back in here, right? Or if it doesn't break above, fails, and then it goes under, you're out of it, right? So you're kind of protected at all costs, but I don't see a really good trade at the moment here. I mean, I see the trades, but they're so far away right now that I just don't see any sense of calling it at the moment, right? So I guess I can just add this one. Let's see if I got it. H bar. Nope. Add to the watch list, and I guess I can send it to the red zone for the later trades. Yep. Okay, then we also had Wabi, right? Wabi BTC. Okay, so Wabi, as you can see, it was not a bad spot, right? But look, we have now been hanging here for, let's see, wait, how many days? So it's about 4 days, right? We're now hanging at this area, right? Which is not a bad area, not bad area at all. The only problem is when you look at the bigger structure, right? You can see that it can dip a little bit lower, right? It can actually dip all the way down here. So by us not doing anything for like last 4 days here, I'm getting anxious, you know, holding a trade like this. I don't want to see that, right? Because as long as you hold here, you know, you can see the volume going down. So obviously, yes, you can still pop out and pump it, right? But I'm getting a little bit iffy, right, when I'm seeing stuff like that, right? I don't really trust it, so that's why I'd rather exit trade like this, break even, and to sort of protect myself, because there was no reaction, right? Then we still kept Go, right? Go BTC, and sadly it missed our profit target for just like 2 Satoshi, something like that, right? So this one is like, we'll see if it's still gonna pump or if it's gonna stop us break even, right? We don't know yet. The only thing about this is when you check the overall structure, you can see the overall structure is much better than Wobbly, right? You can see there's much more stronger, much more high time frame support added here than we have it on Wobbly, right? So that's why I decided to keep this one alone, right? But it is kind of sad thing that we actually missed it for like two Satoshis, right? For like 1%. So right now we are hanging by a thread here, right? We still got 10% needed pump for us to send it higher. Now we'll see what BTC does in the upcoming days, if this is gonna happen or not, right? I mean, we'll see what's good is gonna bring from this, right? So Shotlex asks, hot BTC or XRP? Yes, hot BTC. Let's see. If I'm not mistaken, hot BTC has been dead for a while now, and it still is. As you may already know, I absolutely hate these low Satoshi coins because every Satoshi means incredibly big percentages, so 14%, right? So there's that's almost impossible to place a good stop loss anywhere here, right? It's almost impossible. Plus, unless if this coins goes above this, right, and it closes above this couple of days, I don't see anything that could actually be done on this coin, right? I don't see anything. I mean, it's been dead for a while right now, right? And the USDT, hot USDT doesn't look any not like much better, right? So like I said, if it ever comes down here, I would take a trade at here, right? But it's gonna take a while because it's also Satoshi coin, and it's still again 30% from there. So yeah, hot. I got nothing good to say. I mean, I think hot is probably dead coin unless they're gonna start pumping some market makers into it. I don't know what else they could come up with it, right? XRP. Oh yeah, XRP USDT. XRP. Okay, so XRP USDT, we did a pretty nice chart last time we were around here, right? So yeah, we are basically said that we're expecting it sooner or later to be hit down here at 5 cents, right? By the logarithmic charts, if you can see, right? Okay, so the only issue is, as you can see, XRP has been painting this for a while, right? It just keeps going down. It just doesn't hold anything, doesn't gain anything, right? It just goes down, rejects it, goes down, right? So now again, you're gonna have, when it comes down here, right? When it comes down here now, you're gonna have, either you're gonna get a little reaction from here or you're gonna get a little reaction from here, right? These are two main points right now, right? One of these two main points are going to give you a reaction, right? That's almost for certain, right? Now the only question is, how big is this reaction going to be? Because I can't predict how big the reaction is going to be, right? So if I'm taking trade here, and since, you know, high time frame speaking, we are against the trend, right? Because this is now bearish, right? You can see by going under this, we are now properly bearish. There's nothing else to say, right? We're going against the trend, so we can't clearly say how much of the reaction you're gonna get, but you're gonna get something. Now, the best case scenario for you, if it comes to down here, right? Okay, we went a little bit deep, right? We went a little bit deeper than expected, so it's getting a bullish continuation out of it is gonna be super hard, right? And when I say bullish continuation, I mean on the lower time frames, right? Momentary bullish continuation, right? You'd have to then bounce all the way up here, right? All the way above this for us to have that chance of bullish continuation, right? All the way up this. Now, are you gonna get a reaction like this? I mean, like, I can't predict it, but you can take the trade at it, right? So if I was taking trade on XRP here, right? So I would either, if I was taking the first one, right? Yeah, the stop would be around. No, I would actually have to place a stop loss. Yeah, the stop would be around 8%, so it's not too bad. The moment why I'm placing stop loss above is because if we go under, then it's next trade already, so there's no point, right, in having a too big of a stop loss. So yeah, that would be kind of my first, and you would have to take profit targets earlier, right? You would have to take at the first trouble area, right, already, so which is 1.6R, which is not too bad, right? It's not too bad at all. And then the secondary trade. Now the only issue I have with this trade, so you know, it's in crypto, and we already tested the level here, right? We already tested the level before going up, so it's not untested. But since you already did here, you gained to the left side, you came up here, you also gained over this. I'm going to say it's possible for us to have another reaction like this or another reaction like this, right? So it is still possible, I'm going to call it, right? So for the secondary trade, let me just delete this shit. My god. Okay. So for the secondary trade, it would be located around here. No, stop loss, yeah, definitely not gonna. So stop loss would have to be used on all lower time frames. Let me see. Wait, so this is our this is our previous stop loss. Okay, now I'm doing this wrong. Let me just scroll it out a little bit. Let me just put it here. Okay, so that would be my secondary trade. Yep, around here. So about 10% stop loss. And the only issue of this is, okay, so yes, I am expecting, like I said, reaction from one of these points. The only issue I got from down here is if it ever comes down here, right? If it ever comes down here, it's possibly going to be too deep to ever consider going back up here. The chances of going back to here are gonna be really, really, really slim, right? So the best possible scenario for you is probably gonna test this already, and you have to TP that. And if you look at it, it's not much meat left, right? So 1.3% on that is actually probably all that you can expect at that point, right? So yeah, we'll see what happens on XRP, right? If all of that fails, okay, right? So then you really have nothing to the left anymore, right? Then you really have to wait for this area, because I don't see. Either we then have to wait for this area, or we have to wait for something like this. Or we have to wait for something like this, smash long, right? Maybe here, take it all the way up here, right? And that's pretty much it, the trade we could have called, right? And that was happened back in March, so it's been quite a while. So we've been painting this chart quite a while right now, and we haven't been painting it successfully, if I may say like that, right? It's not exactly a very beautiful chart one, but we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. So yeah, we'll leave these 2 points on. We'll see which one gives reaction, and then see what we can do from XRP from down here. XRP absolutely has to do something here, or it's just gonna, man, I don't know. Like I said, I already kind of doubt that we ever going to see these highs again, ever again, right? But okay, I guess if anybody can make it with their market makers, it's XRP, but they seem to have lost their market makers due to the time, right? I mean, I haven't seen any market making action on XRP for a long time right now. Okay, let's see the other main coins. ADA looked good back in the day. How is it still looking? Nothing has changed. There's still possibility for third profit target to be hit. Nothing has changed here. ADA USDT. Let's see. Nothing has really changed since we broke out. There was a retest point. I still don't see a trade. We can still wait for this one. XRP we just checked. TRX. Okay, so TRX we set. Okay, so TRX is finally doing what we saw. Okay, so yeah, we said if it tests here, this is where you should go down and take the trade, and look at it, and it's now starting to pump. It took him a goddamn while, but it's starting to do. It took him actually 20 days, right? Sorry, 17 days, but it actually is making the move right now. So yeah, I mean, that's always one of the obvious facts why we haven't taken the trade, right? Because it's just it would just take too long for us. You know, people don't really have that kind of a patience when it comes to that stuff. Okay, Litecoin. Okay, Litecoin is still dead. I can't believe it. So Litecoin is actually Litecoin is even worse than XRP at the moment, because as you can see, look at this chart, right? It's just dying further and further, right? We can't even get a proper touch on this side, so we could take a long, right? Nothing. So right now, if we drop onto this area, I don't even know. Then I can't really tell where the Litecoin is gonna stop next, right? Because there's nothing to the left side, right? Nothing to the left side. Maybe this week down here, I don't really know. Then I have to wait for early signs of reversal. And you know, maybe 22% is actually a realistic drop as well, right? So yeah, then I would have to wait for an early sign of reversal. You know, after I get that early sign of reversal, smash a similar trade to what we are seeking on XRP Lite and Litecoin USD. Let's see how that one looks like. Pretty shit, not gonna lie, pretty shit. We tested, oh yeah, we tested this on the first drop already. Okay, so I get that shit. We tested that shit only went up to $50 and then rejected. We can already see this one is gonna go back down here. Like, we're going back down here slowly and painfully. Back down to $26. It's pretty obvious at this point. Don't think this one is gonna reverse that easily, right? Maybe again, like XRP, it's gonna have a reaction here, right? Like we just said, maybe again, but we'll see. I doubt it, because this week kind of tested both of these levels and just crushed the liquidity here, right? So now I'm not so sure anymore that it's gonna last us, right? Oh man, this is not looking good at all for these main coins. I mean, maybe we are seeing a signs of kind of the stuff are being changed, right? Because now the old OG coins or main alts are now being switched up by new main alts, right? Because most of the main alts are just dying, right, all the time. Even EOS, right? I mean, EOS is doing absolutely nothing, right? As you can see, right? And then you all have these new alts. I mean, new alts. Link is not that new, but look at it. Link just recently hit a new all-time high, right? We actually had a trade. So yeah, I mean, look at that, right? During the worst of the times, they hit all-time high. And even after rejection like this, I mean, look at that drop, right? It went under this. It still managed to hit all-time high. I mean, actually, we were actually away a couple of 50 cents or something like that from all-time high, or even less, right? So it haven't really hit the all-time high, but still it's pretty impressive to how far Link has came back up, right? So yeah, these alts are being like, Link is probably gonna be one of the main alts if it continues like this, right? It's probably gonna be like top 3, top 4, maybe top 5, it's gonna be right up there sooner or later, because it has just amazing follower. Coin market cap, let's check it out. What's the Chainlink, look at that, Chainlink 1.6. So it's actually from top 5. Okay, they're actually away for 2 more billions, quite considerable. But when you look at Litecoin, look at that, right? Remember where Litecoin was still up there? So yeah, Litecoin is actually going to drop from top 10. That's interesting. And EOS, it used to be so much up. Right now it's gonna drop from top 10. Even ADA dropped from top 10. So that's actually amazing, right? XRP is the only one, and Bitcoin Cash is the only one who remains in that area still. Everybody else are dropping, right? When they used to be like top 10, they're all dropping right now, and they're being replaced by, you can see, like Tezos, Chainlink, Stellar even. Wow, I didn't know Stellar were that popular, right? Look at Tron, right? Tron is top 17 already, so it's going dropping down. Nothing too good. So I guess let's check out Stellar, right? I mean, what does Stellar say? USDT. Wait, what's the Stellar? XLM, yes. Ticker, what's the Stellar XLM? Oh shit, look at that, oh, man. Man. Did we have this trade call and we forgot about it? Can you check, Arnold?
Yep, let me check that.
Oh, you're right. You get
Yeah,
this.
I can see.
Look at this trade, right? And this one was filled recently. I'm not sure. Did we forget on this trade? Because I can see it got filled, right?
We didn't send it, no.
Oh yeah, just check if we possibly did, but yeah, because I want to see if we forgot on this trade, because this was actually a beautiful trade. I'm so sad we forgot on this one. What happened? Because this was actually filled 3 days ago, perfectly to a dot. Look at that second TP. Shit,
Yeah.
man, shit. We should have watched Stellar more carefully, right? Should have watched it more carefully. We'll see what it does now. If it rejects here already, I'm gonna go full over.
What the fuck?
Sorry, what? Arna?
I'm disconnected once again.
I don't know what's going on with you, Arna, today.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess we're just unlucky. Okay, so Stellar, XLM. Okay, XLM BTC. Okay, let me see. XLM BTC. Okay, XLM BTC. I can take a little trade on here. Why not? Alright, let me see. Okay, look at that, right? I'm gonna. Okay, whoops, what did I just. This is gonna be our next trade or not? Right here, man. We can't let this one go or not. The Stellar is with us. I'm gonna do it like that for safety, How much is that? 1 point. Yeah, I gotta do it like this, sadly. So that's about 1.20. Wait, let me see this. Bam. Yep, pretty much it. Gonna save this one up. Gonna send it to our node. With define entries. I guess I can also make a video from this one, you know, why not? Yeah. Okay. I can also make a video about this one later on. And then we'll see what is going to happen, right? It's definitely a good one. Going to mark it as red. With XLM, right? Why are this shit missing from my chart? Oh, it is here. Okay, going to mark it red. Okay. XLM, right? Okay, so what's the next one? BNB, we already did it. Nothing happened. BNB, I already checked it earlier today. Tezos, right? XTZ, BTC, XTZ, BTC. Oh shit! Look at that. It's gonna drop. It's gonna droopy droop. Look at that. If it loses this main area, oh boy, it's gonna go all the way down here, right? All the way somewhere around here. Oh my gosh, Arnold. It's gonna go all the way somewhere down here, right? So we'll see. We're gonna make an area here as well, and then we'll see what happens if it loses this area, right? So I'm gonna say this is a green area and this is a red area if it loses, right? XTZ, I'm gonna save this one up as well. I can probably make a video on it. XTZ USDT. Okay, this one looks like I guess I can delete these lines now. Remove drawings. Pretty much similar shit. So one line is definitely, and I'm gonna just do an area here. It's definitely important. This area is important. The only thing is it's been tested, but after it's been tested it went so up, but it didn't break this top, which if I remember again, wasn't this the spot where we looked for short on that competition we had or not back in?
Come on. Connection closed.
Okay, so leave it then. We will try to fix it for the next time. Interesting. So this was tested. Like I for sure wouldn't go for trade here because it's been tested, right? So I would rather go down here because for here I'm almost sure we can get something out of it, right? Here I'm not so sure, right? Even if I wanted to go for a trade here, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be fucked by the stop loss, right? Even if I do it really tight. Yeah, 12%, and if I do it like this, 10% still. No. Skipping that trade, going straight on for this one down here, and then we'll see if it's gonna hit there. I'm gonna save it. Bitcoin going to 6K topic. Well, Ken Meister. Well, eventually it's gonna go to 6K, right? I mean, we're not gonna say that yet, but eventually, you know. First, we're gonna see something. What's gonna happen here, and then if that shit doesn't happen here, then yes, 6K is on its way, Kane Meister. It's on its way. What's the next coin? What the fuck is Unused Seed Leo? Okay, that seems like a fake shit. Monero. What's the tag for XMR? XMR USDT. Let's see what the fuck. Okay, so we failed to touch this. I can see that. We failed to fill the short. We failed to touch this. We failed everything. We're just going inside the range. And I can see we're just waiting for it to be hit down here. Yeah, I don't see anything else doing here. I don't think I can say anything else here. Jesus Christ, Bitcoin chart even looks poorer than USDT chart. But there's one good thing, not gonna lie. Pump from here, and this is gonna be a golden reaction point. This is gonna be pure gold, man. Boom. So yeah, if we ever pump from here, then this is gonna be our long spot for sure. Like this is, I would long this shit in my sleep. Like look at how strong this shit is. Like this is like weeks worth of support on here, and even from here and here, right, from everywhere on this chart. So yeah, I gotta remember this chart. XMR BTC or not. Remember this shit, bro.
Yeah.
This, look at this, Arnold. I sent you the picture on Telegram. Okay, this is, we can't miss this one, man. This is gonna be 100% trade. I mean 100% trade. Pretty high accurate trade, right? Do you guys think with an alt season, alts can do 100x again, or was that nah, Cat Meister? That was once in a lifetime. You need to understand that back, like consider this like internet boom back in 2000, right? First of all, you had this amazing gains on everything and all around, right? Super fast, everything was freaking up, right? Because it was early access. Right now, nothing is early access, right? Crypto is out of early access. You've seen. I mean, pretty much everybody knows about crypto this right now, right? So it's not anything underground anymore. There's probably gonna be X10 or X20 coins, right? But those coins, again, you're gonna have to know exactly which coin to play and exactly which ICO to enter, or EIO, or DeFi or something like that, right? And you probably won't have that kind of information. And even if you will have that kind of information, they won't let you in. Or at the end of the day, it's gonna be a huge gamble, right? So you nailing a coin that's gonna go X20, X30 in the future right now, the chances are so small. They're actually insignificant, right? Because one people out of 1 million is gonna make it, right? Everybody else is gonna get wrecked, right? So there's no point for you to hunt those coins anymore. But yes, there will be some coins, there will be some shady coins that will do that, right? But you gotta ask yourself. Back then, when I started with crypto, you didn't have all this market maker pushing these coins. Right now what they do, they have, like, I don't know, 5 million cap or 10 million cap, and then they release 0.1% of coins, or 1% of entire chain. They release the coins, right? And about 0.8% of that 1% goes to market makers. So then they fake push it and nobody can sell it. And then when finally the coins are unlocked and you can sell it, right? Then you can see something like this, right? Then you just see something like this, and you go from X20 to like X3 or X2 in couple of days, if not even in a single day, right? So yeah, it's those times when we had back in the day when you saw X20, X30, X50 on all natural volume. It's I'm gonna have to say that they're probably not coming back, and they're probably not coming back, right? It's too mainstream. It's too mainstream right now. But I will tell you, there are some possibilities. I don't know if you follow the scene, but with the new arrival of DeFis, right? I think they're called DeFis, right? They actually went like X10 or something, right? Okay, most of the coins were locked again, but they actually had a system that everybody, stacked the coins compounded the coins and all that stuff, and it actually propelled them into the sky, right? But again, they had to be really creative to come up with something like this, right? Without creativity, it's just not gonna happen. People are sick of this shit. People got scammed too many times, too many times, right? This is why crypto has lost so much of its value, because it's too much of a scam. You're just getting scammed. No matter what you enter, you're getting scammed. And I still see people saying, invest into Ethereum, invest into Bitcoin, it's gonna be all high up and dandy, right? I'm not so sure, right? I mean, I'm not so sure. Like, I don't take crypto as an investment and then do absolutely nothing with it, right? Because my personal experience is, if you invest in crypto and do absolutely nothing with it, you're gonna go from 0% to 100% quite quick and all the way back down again, right? So if you bought Bitcoin at 3K, right? You went to from 3K you went to 20K, and then you went all the way back to 3K. And through 3K you went to 14K, and then you went all the way back to 3K, right? So if you bought the Bitcoin at 3K and did absolutely nothing, you actually made zero money twice. You actually made sick money, and then you came back to zero twice, and now you kind of got good money as well, still, right? But what's the problem is, look at that, every time the bounce is smaller, right, from 3K. So the next time if you come to 3K, it might only bounce like 6K, and that's be it, right? So yeah, until you break the bearish market, I don't see why would you want to invest into Bitcoin, right? Or all that shit and altcoins and hold them for nothing, right? Because most of them are down 90% plus, and most of them will die out, right? Remember that most of the altcoins will be extinct in the next couple of years, and you've already seen it happening. Coins are failing, right? If you remember Neo back in the day, shit, Neo was the king, right? Now look at that. Almost nobody knows what this coin is. I haven't seen any talks about Neo in ages. Look at that. It was actually already it went from 11 billions all the way down to 300 millions, right? Or 400. So yeah, and it's probably gonna go even lower, right? Because this is just a bounce. It's not gonna go to zero, obviously not, because there's always going to be some holders. But you can see this is reality of most of these altcoins. Why does this happen? Because they hold no value. Because none of these altcoins create any revenue, right? Because when you go to Tesla, yes, Tesla is like, I'm not gonna say Tesla is not overrated. Obviously it is. Even if you check the simple statistic here, look, price to revenue ratio. So their price is 7 times higher than the ratio they make. Than the revenue they make, right? So obviously they are overpriced as hell when their stock is at $1,100, right? But they have one key. They have a product. They actually are making revenue. They're making profits. They're not a lot of profits. They're mostly break even, but they're making profits. They're making money, right? And that's the problem, right? Because when you scroll down to these coins, nobody's fucking making money, right? Nobody's making revenue. Nobody's making anything, right? So that makes these coins absolutely, in that sense, it makes them worthless, right? Right? If there's no revenue behind the product or anything else, the coins are then actually worthless. The only one creating revenue, you could say Bitcoin, right? Because okay, right now you can buy some stuff with Bitcoin over some stores, right? Okay, so if there's transactions and it's creating some revenue, right? But when you look at, I don't know, Ontology, right? Ontology has zero income, right? So what is that? So a company with zero income has 400 millions in it, right? It's not logical, right? At least Basic Attention Coin has a web browser, right? Which is, I'm not sure if they make money with commercials or not, right? But most of these coins making zero money, like Neo, right? They haven't made a cent, zero money, and this is what they're selling. While Tesla, they're actually selling a product, they're actually making money, and so on and so on, right? And Apple, right, the most profitable company in the world, right? So there's, no matter how high they go, yes, they're still the most profitable company in the world, right? They're probably overrated. You can see price to revenue ratio of 5.8. So yes, they're overrated, but they're most profitable company in the world. So this is why they're keeping such a steady gain, right? And making money. Although I actually heard that with the new iPhone, they might actually exclude the power charger out just to save on the cost. So I think that's kind of gay, right? So now you're gonna be spending $1,500 for a phone or $1,000 for a phone, and you're not even gonna get a charger in it. That seems kind of ridiculous to me, right? They're starting to get kind of ridiculous with these prices. It's like either you're gonna buy a phone or you're gonna buy a car. It's like one or one or either, right? I mean, they get so super expensive. Well, I guess this is it for today, guys. Right? We can wrap this one up. Thank you for joining us again. We had some troubles, so we were kind of late again, and you can see we're still having troubles because for some reason Arnold can't connect to my PC, so he doesn't see my screen in advance. So yeah, it was kind of a one man
Yeah, one
webinar.
man speaking.
Yep, sadly, but I think we all analyze something. We all find some new coins to trade. I mean, we're gonna be calling some more trades out. We're gonna be making some more videos, right? Uh, uh, Oh, Ken Meister asks, but do you agree that the next bull run, crypto bull, will come again? Yes, Ken, I do agree. I do still agree that it's gonna come, a new bull run and crypto run. But like I said, right, first of all, for that to happen, I would like to see BTC, testing the lower levels and creating these big accumulation areas and then going up, just like it always did in the past, right? Just like we did here. And that would kind of be very healthy for you to start a new bull market from, right? So it's actually, for some sense to me, it makes a lot of sense to go down first, so you can then start a nice crypto run, bull run again in the future, right? But yeah, other people will disagree. And the process of this is, right, if the Bitcoin ever goes down to 2K or even lower, right? 2K would make sense. That would actually be even better, Yeah, that would actually be even better for us on the long term because it will shake out a lot of people, a lot of panic people, which will then jump back in once we close back above 5K or 6K. And then they will start smashing loans again and it will start mooning, right? So yeah, it would be good, yeah. Okay, so thank you for watching, guys. And I guess we will be seeing each other next time, right? Same day, same hour.
Same day,
and hopefully,
same time.
yeah, hopefully we're going to be right on time that we won't have any issues next time, right?